Becoming a millionaire just with stopping to smoke? This is actually possible. I'll show you in this video how this works. Hi everybody, my name is Till and this is the channel where you learn how to build up a fortune with smart investment and that helps you with analysis, strategies on financials and real estate and how to increase your money. When you're new here, click on the subscribe button and ring the little bell so that you don't miss any new episodes. The links to the video and the disclaimer you'll find in the box under this video. There are definitely a lot of good reasons to stop smoking, and I'm sure you already heard most of them. And I'm also sure that a lot of people who smoke already know that it costs some good money to smoke, especially since a lot of countries increased the taxes on cigarettes in the past years heavily. And to be clear, personally, I do not begrudge anybody his beloved cigarette. For a lot of people, it is just their personal treat that they do not want to miss. But for the people who at least think about stopping to smoke, I'd like to give an extremely mighty motivational help. Stopping to smoke can make you a millionaire and it can finance your retirement. Interested? Then let's jump into it. The development of costs for cigarettes. For most of the smokers, it is already crystal clear that smoking became an expensive hobby. And in terms of cost increases, we still cannot see the end of the tunnel. This is the development of the costs per pack of cigarettes in Germany. The costs per pack in the USA are very similar in US dollar, so I assume that the development should also be very similar. Of course, the costs per pack differ by country. Germany seems to be somewhere in the middle, internationally spoken. If you're living in countries where the costs per pack are even higher, you will of course save even more money when you stop smoking. The peak of the costs per pack, by the way, is in Australia and New Zealand. The costs of cigarettes there are around $25 per pack. The development is pretty much self-explaining. Since 2002, the costs for cigarettes increased on average by more than 4.5% per year. The major reason for this is the influence of the states by increasing the tax per pack. In Germany, all of the different taxes sum up to about 3/4 of the costs per pack. Example 1. A 16-year-old student. Let's now see what's possible financially. By the way, the assumptions in the example calculations are always identical. And I didn't take overly aggressive assumptions to show the financial effects in an especially dramatic way. They actually should be quite realistic for an average smoker. For the calculations, I assume costs of $8 per pack of cigarettes. This is the average price per pack in the USA in 2020. I know that the costs per pack differ from state to state. If you want, you can download the spreadsheet from my webpage. I paste the link somewhere here or in the box below the video. Of course, you can download it for free and do the calculations for the costs in your area. Furthermore, I assume that the costs per pack will continue to rise with a rate of the past 18 years. This is roughly 4.6% per year. Also, I assume that an average person smokes about 1 pack of cigarettes per day. When you're smoking more, the financial effects are of course even higher when you quit smoking, as you can save even more money and invest it. The first example is a 16-year-old person who is maybe still in school or having his or her first job. I assumed that the 16-year-old doesn't have much time and isn't really keen on learning much about investing. He or she invests the money in passive index funds, so-called ETFs. They are very cheap and you can easily spread your money with them and achieve a very good diversification while having only a small investment risk. The capital return on investment has been assumed with 7% per year. This is roughly the return that the stock markets achieved in the past decades. The 16-year-old could achieve the first $1 million already when he's 54 years old, only with the money he saved from quitting the smoke. If he continues to invest the $1 million at 7% return, he will continue to gain a capital return of 7%, which is $70,000 per year before tax. When he would now get tired of working, he could live off circa $5,800 per month before tax. By the way, without even touching the $1 million. If he continued to work like before and kept on investing the money until he retired with 67 years, the fortune would increase to an amount of $2.5 million. This would mean an additional pension of circa $14,700 per month before tax. Again, without touching the $2.5 million. Compare this to the current forecasted pension for your retirement. For the most of you, this is most likely a multiple of what your country forecasts for your retirement. Example 2. A 25-year-old person. The second example is a 25-year-old person that maybe studied and started his or her job. The assumptions are again the same. $8 per pack of cigarettes, 7% return on investment by investing in a market-wide ETF. The only difference is that this person quits 9 years later with smoking. But even a 25-year-old has the chance to reach the $1 million under these conditions. With 63 years, the fortune is higher than $1 million, so just shortly before retirement. When he or she retired with 67 years, he would have an additional pension of circa $7,900 per month before tax, just with the money he gained from quitting the smoke. Example 3. A middle-aged 41-year-old person, like myself. The third example is a middle-aged 41-year-old person that is maybe already a bit longer in his or her job. This is actually my own age class. A 41-year-old is maybe already smoking since 25 years or longer and paid a lot of money for this hobby. This is of course missing for the investing. Nevertheless, even in that age, you can generate in the remaining time until retirement a pretty nice fortune. Until an assumed retirement age of 67 years, there will be a fortune of $357,000. This translates into a monthly additional pension of nearly $2,100 per month before tax. Again, without touching the $357,000. Just with the continuing returns from the ETF. But maybe the 41-year-old has a bit more time and is maybe keen on learning a bit more about investing. Maybe he or she is going to increase the return on capital to 11% per year. Then he would have a fortune of $723,000 in the age of 67 years. With this, he would be able to generate an additional pension of circa $7,200 per month before tax. Again, without touching the $723,000. Well, it can be very rewarding to quit smoking and to engage a bit more with learning to invest. In these figures is of course no inflation covered yet, so the value of $7,000 in 25 years is less than the value today. But the effects coming from saving and investing the money from only 1 pack of cigarettes per day are enormous. Time is again one of the major factors here. In the normal course of life, the 1 pack here and there isn't standing out much financially. But over the years and decades, this sums up to enormous amounts of money. And if you're a bit older already, you can still profit nicely from quitting to smoke, as you saw in example 3. When you don't smoke at all, you can of course apply these calculations anyway and save and invest the respective returns of money. Just look around a bit on my channel. I'll show you how this works. I would be very interested to hear if this is really giving you a motivational push, or if this is maybe even a game changer for you with your challenge to quit smoking. Or is smoking just giving you that much pleasure that you prefer to continue smoking? I'd be glad if you leave your comment in the section below the video. Further videos how you become a better investor and how you build up your fortune you'll find in the links shown somewhere here on the left or on my channel. I wish you a lot of success with your investment activities and see you in the next video.